Hello my air signs, my Gemini, Libra and Aquarians. Thank you all so much for coming for this reading, the spiritual ascension reading. This reading is going to focus on how you're being attacked now through the next year, okay? And this is to prepare you like everything else. Preparing you with all the information that you need to know about yourself that is holding you back, that is attacking you, and what other forces are attacking you negatively and not helping you progress. So information is what is priceless, it's wealth. So with this being said, let's look at how you're being attacked, my air signs, okay, and the solutions that Spirit suggests for you. Okay, so my Geminis, it looks like you guys, overall Spirit wants you to watch what triggers you, what your triggers are, what takes you to a place where you start to feel go downhill. Something happens, okay? It could be connected to childhood, it could be connected to past life, it could be connected to what people say, the environment, something you see, do, watch, behave, circumstances that put you in a space where you start to behave in a way that is not helpful to you, that impacts on you negatively. So what are those things that trigger you? And what behaviors comes out of those triggers? For instance, you may be someone that's short-tempered or someone that easily gets irritated or angry. Have you sat down to figure out why you get angry so quickly and what did the person say or do? What is truly causing the anger? That's what I'm talking about. When you can figure out what causes the anger, you have figured out what triggers you. Okay, so that's what Spirit is saying for you, my Geminis, to figure out what your triggers are and get to the bottom of your issue so you can heal it. Okay, now I see that at this moment in time, you guys are being attacked. This is a self-imposed attack. You are never wrong, so you never get to learn from your mistakes. And this is the way things are repeating itself around you, because if you're never wrong, then you never have to fix anything, and everything can keep going in circles and coming back at you, and you keep facing the same thing because maybe you keep pointing the finger the wrong way. Instead of it facing yourself, you're facing somebody else and putting the blame on someone, and that takes you away from really learning your mistakes. Okay, so this is a way that you're being attacked. This is a way that you're staying in a constant negative environment without you probably realizing, or some of you do. Also, betrayal and backstabs. This is a way that you're being attacked. So it's like you trusted them and then they just go and do that to you. And that's a form of, that is how, negative things happen to you. That's how you get attacked, okay? This is negative stuff. This is negative spirit, demonic, evil stuff. When people constantly try to betray you and backstab you, it's a form of spiritual attack, a negative attack. Negative karmas also, okay, is a way that you get attacked. So negative karmas is also another form of, self-imposed, or you doing things that are not good and then they coming back to you. Alright, so I really need you to sit down and figure it out right there. Spirit, what's the solution to this attacks that's happening to the Geminis at this time? And then we'll look at the future, the next year coming up. What solution do you have for the Geminis on how to protect themselves from getting betrayed and stuff? Okay. We have one here. Spirit said you need to constantly sage your environment and yourself, okay? Sound or music bath protection also helps you. Is there anything else, Spirit, before we move on to the future for the Geminis? Ooh, you got 2 more. Okay, Spirit says that you need to ask your ancestors to protect you, and practicing abstinence, sexual abstinence, will help you to protect your energies and yourself. Okay, so that's what I have for you there. Now let's look at the future. Okay, for the future, which is the year coming up, all forms of accidents. So if I were you, I'll be very careful when I'm driving. I'll be careful when I'm chopping salads, you know, because this sort of accidents can happen in any way. You know, you're running down the street and trips and fall, you know, all forms of accidents, just as you see it. Maternal curses could be the way that you're going to be attacked next year, which is, you know, people that have cursed your mom, entities that have cursed your mom or your grandma, coming from your mother's bloodline, okay, that you end up dealing with. Okay, you're being attacked by blocking your progress, which is really about your 10th house. This is coming through your career. You never get that promotion. You never get, you know, the admiration and respect that you desire. You know, it's like you're stagnant. You're not progressing in life, especially when it comes to your career and money. That the other way that you need to really be careful here next year, all throughout next year, is getting poisoned energetically through food. So what I mean by energetic food poisoning is that sometimes it can happen physically, but nobody wants to go to jail. It will be too easy. So this is the kind of thing where somebody's cooking for you and they are projecting negativity into their food by thinking negative things, imagine negative things, you know, and putting certain type of herbs in your food without you realizing it's not poisonous, but it's going to cause a negative harm to you. So you can be poisoned energetically by certain herbs that will do negative work, and also by thoughts, emotions, feelings. When somebody's angry, don't let them cook for you. When somebody does not like you, don't trust them and eat their food. You know, what do you think you're doing? You're putting yourself right there so they can attack you. So this is the way that it could come to you. Okay, so Spirit wants you to be very, very careful. Spirit, what solutions do you have and ways of protection do you have for the Geminis for the next year? Please. How do they protect themselves? You need deities protection. When I see deities protection, this is some serious business. Especially with the maternal curses and blocking progress, you probably cannot do this on your own. Alright? So you need to invoke and research deities that can help you with protection rituals and do them. If you cannot do them, find a priest who is into this stuff to do it for you. Research and learn. Raise your vibration. And do deity rituals if you need to protect yourself, because that's what you're gonna need for next year. You need something stronger. Alright? Animal guide protections. Alright, Spirit. Anything else for the Geminis before we go to the overall messages? Anything else? Okay. You got the sound and music bath protection again. So it definitely is something for you. Alright? And Spirit is also saying that when you sleep, you are protecting yourself. You need rest. Some of you never rest. Okay? So this is telling you a whole lot. Okay? Alright. Now, let me give you the overall message for you, my Geminis. You got the practice that you need to be practicing so that you are constantly protecting yourself throughout next year is creating sacred space. This sacred space, you see they got the sage there. You need to be saging every day if you can, your body and your altar space. Okay, this sacred space is the connection between you and spirit, and so you need to burn candles there. You need to play music because you know music works for you. You need to meditate and pray around your altar for protection, constantly saging your body and the atmosphere and the home that you live in, all corners of your home, opening windows when you're saging, letting out these entities that don't belong there. Okay, so that's what Spirit wants you to do. Create your altar space in a way that it protects you. Okay, and you do all these things there, and that will raise the vibration around you and in your home. Okay, moving forward, I hope you guys enjoyed your protection reading for now through next year. I will definitely see you all next month for your next spiritual ascension reading. You know, we're changing it up and trying to do something else that is going to help us, because there's so much we can be doing. All right, thank you, and I'll see you all soon. Let's move on to the next sign, which is Libras. Okay, hello my Libras. Thank you all so much for coming for your spiritual ascension reading. This reading is going to be talking mainly about protecting yourself and how you're being attacked now and throughout next year. This is meant for you to figure out what needs to be done here, right? What needs to be done, and equip you with the information that you need to be able to navigate next year without fearing anything, or at least being, you know, being ahead of yourself, right? Okay, so for you guys, at this moment, you have some self-imposed things that you're doing that harms you. Not all attacks come from outside. Some attacks are you causing it. And for you guys, you have severe fear, my Libras. A lot of you have severe fear on all levels. This could be fear of ants to fear of spirits to fear of driving the freeway so you don't get that job that pays you more. Fear on all levels here. So imagine, sit down and ask yourself, how is fear stopping me from growing? How am I allowing fear to stop me from living the life that I'm supposed to live? And you will find the answers, and you will see that this is why, okay, you lose out on certain things here. Okay, you also get attacked through your spouse. So some of you who are married, your spouse attacks you on all levels. This could be physical, spiritual, emotional, mental, all levels you can imagine. You get attacked through your spouse. So this is not for all spouses, but those spouses that you know are driving you insane, my Libras. You know who I'm talking about. You know if this is you or not. Okay, and also you get attacked through fights, arguments, and disputes. So why are you constantly fighting? Who are you constantly fighting with? What is causing the fights and arguments? Sit down and figure it all out. This is how you're being attacked, okay, negatively. This is not just coming from you. This is external. I already told you what comes from you. So understand that you are being attacked when this is happening. Okay, let's see the solution Spirit has for you, my Libras, so you can protect yourself. It's winter. People be coming at you. Spiritual warfare happens a lot in the winter. Spirit, what solution do you have for the Libras? Okay. Spirit is saying that elemental forces are protection to you. So that could mean, you know, calling in the spirits of water, fire, earth, and air, doing some rituals with that, and using those elemental forces. Could be fairies, gnomes, dwarfs, what else? I can't think of anything right now. Anything that is elemental, okay, could be a way that you could protect yourself. Okay, you also have angelic protection. You can call your angels to protect you. Spirit. Anything else? One more before we move to the next year. Move to the next year. Okay. Spiritual baths is highly needed for you in a way to protect you yourself during this year. Okay. All right. Now looking at next year, it looks like, ooh, you guys got a lot of cards. My God, it's like I couldn't put them back. So energetic laziness. You are tired, you're lazy, and the laziness is not physical. It's energetic. It's in your energy. You don't want to do nothing. You wake up lazy. You wake up tired and lethargic. This is some strong laziness. It's a negative energy that's fighting against you. Okay? Energetic transfer. Energy transfer. So, you know, you guys are all about balance. You guys are always about keeping the peace. But at the same time, people, you know, you are acting out in people's energy and you don't realize it because you are an empath. Okay? And the only way you can be that open is because of you are being an empath. Okay? For people to transfer their energy to you and you act up and not even realizing it. Most of the time, empaths don't know they are empaths and don't know that they are acting out of character as well. Okay? And mental illness for some of you will be the issue that attacks you next year. Spiritual attacks to objects. So certain objects are in your home. You may have something decorative, but that object is not a regular object. A negative spiritual spirit is attached to that object. So that's why saging things, you know, buying used things is very, 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 very dangerous a lot of times. If you're going to buy somebody's used thing, if you're going to take somebody's used thing, if you're going to accept somebody's gift, always make sure you sage it. Make sure you sage it before you bring it into your space, because you don't know what is attached to that when you have it. And constantly saging your home and praying and, you know, having a spiritual practice in your home is a way of keeping negative spirits out of your space, you know. So you have to understand that that is the way that spirit will be attacking you. I mean, negative entities could use objects in your home to come to you and attack you. You also have demonic attacks. Oh my goodness. Demonic attacks, okay? That's some serious business. Self-imposed one is being a user or seeking too much of others. So this is a self-imposed one. Next year, you have to be very careful and make sure that you are not trying to use anybody, that, you know, you're not, you know, expecting someone to do too much for you, right? Because you don't want to be a user and you don't want to expect too much from others. It's just that simple. So you need to be very cautious of that during next year. So these are the ways you could be attacked next year, and the solution, spirit, that you have for the Libras, please, for next year to protect them. What do they do? What do they do? What protection do you suggest for the Libra, spirit? Okay, can you give me two more, spirit? So constant study of your charts can protect you. Knowing your charts, studying your charts could be a form of protection. Okay, constantly, like maybe every 3 months, every change of a season, go check your charts, see what you're missing, try to find out things, and something will pop out to you. And that is a way that you're going to learn about self too. And it can help you to protect yourself if you know who you are. Okay. Visualize protection light, Libras. One more, spirit. Visualizing divine light pouring down on you and covering you. Okay. What else? Okay. Use rituals to protect yourself. So, candle ritual, whatever rituals, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you don't know how to do it, get someone to help you to do this, Libras. You're gonna need it, especially if you're being attacked by demons. And ask your ancestors to protect you, especially if you're being attacked by demons. Did I say it twice? Yes, I did. So it's very important here. Alright. Spirit is also saying that you need to be practicing these things, these spiritual practices for spiritual growth, but also with the intention of you learning to protect yourself. Okay, you have to get into the habit of listening to your gut instincts and listening to your soul's guidance. Follow your north nodes. Make sure you are in alignment with your north nodes. Make sure you understand what you're dreaming and what spirit is showing you in your synchronicities. Do not find out the spiritual guidance and do something else. Spirit told you don't move, and then you go and move anyway because you second guess spirit. No, you need to really stay in connection with your soul's guidance. Listen so that you can be transformed. Listen so you can be guided. All right. I'm also seeing here that you need to open up your clairvoyance so you can see the symbols. All right. So meditate, trying this rose meditation. Okay. if the rose is opening, so you need to meditate and visualize giving rose to a few people that you know, and pay attention to what happens to the rose, because this is going to help your third eye chakra awakening or strengthening, and your clairvoyance. Okay, so practice the rose meditation, research it, and do it. Also, you need to get grounded, so you need to be, you know, going out in nature walks, you know, meditating, going, you know, doing what you got to do there. If it's a hugging of a tree, if it's sitting under a tree to meditate, you know, in your case, I feel like also watch your breathing exercise and go out in nature walks. All right, and allow yourself to breathe in that good fresh air and all of the stuff that you need to ground your energies. All right, the overall advice here for you, my Libras, is that Spirit also wants you to watch what triggers you. Okay, well, for instance, like I said, if you get angry, why did you get angry? Why are you so short-tempered? What did the person say or do, behave that made you angry? What is triggering you? Understand your triggers and you've solved your issue. That's what Spirit is trying to say. All right, my Libras, I hope this has really helped you here to arm yourself, protect yourself, understand yourself, so you know what you're dealing with from now throughout next year. You know, you can't keep going and not see any progress and wonder why you don't. This is a way of you understanding why some of us are not progressing, and why things may not be going the way we want it, when we have such positive outlook, or maybe we do all the things we need to do and we still stuck. There is a reason for it, and it's called being attacked, doing negative stuff. Okay, so let's move on into this new vibrational energy, which is the number 6222 2022, in, you know, with equipped with the right information to move us forward. Okay, now let's move on to the last sign, my Aquarians. All right, my Aquarians, let's look at how you're gonna have to protect yourself this year through next year. Okay, this spiritual ascension reading is definitely meant for that. How we're gonna do this is to be prepared, to know what we're dealing with, how we're being attacked, which ones are self-imposed and which ones are external, so we are better equipped, right? Okay, that was the whole purpose of this reading, to prepare us and for us to understand what we're dealing with here, so we can do better. All right, so let's look at how you're being attacked at this time. It looks like you guys, some of you are going through a space where you feel like a failure, and that is a form of a spiritual attack. It's a form of a negative attack that has been happening to you maybe throughout the year or even years down the lane. Okay, interesting. Who more and what more? You guys, some of you get alien attacks. So you are the group that sometimes you get abducted by aliens and don't even know it. Some of your attacks are not even human, right? If it's alien attacks, it means it's non-human. It is different species from different galaxies and different worlds that are doing what? That can be attacking some of you. This is some deep stuff, okay? This is what you're dealing with now. Take it if it resonates, take it if it don't. You would know if you're being attacked by aliens. Looking at the year 2022, I'm going to go with the self-imposed one first, and then I'll go with the rest. It looks like you know what? The self-imposed one is talking about, because you have spiritual power and you know how to do rituals and stuff. Some of you Aquarians would have been using rituals to attack others. And so what happens is that it gets bounced back to you. Attacking people using rituals or spiritual power. So some of you I'm hearing could be threatening people because you have spiritual power. You just put fear in them. That's a way to attack others. and then it comes back to you because you're not supposed to do all that. It's unethical for the spiritual being to do that. You're supposed to be vibrating higher and not be threatening and intimidating people with your power. You're not supposed to be using your access to rituals to be attacking and harming people. So this is the self-imposed one, but it's that you do that is like in the form of karma that just come right back to you. You know, if you attack someone, it comes right back during this year. Okay, so be careful what type of ritual you're doing here. And if you want to do it, still be prepared and understand that some of the things that are not working out for you is because of you receiving it back. Manipulation, you being manipulated by someone or some entity or some people around you is a way that you get attacked. Some of you get attacked through your co-workers or business partners. This is work related, and that's how you get attacked. Maybe they talk about you, maybe they backstab you, maybe they do things that does not help you to progress or get promoted. Who knows how they attack you? You know, I don't know the details. Trapped and stuck. Some of you feel trapped and stuck. This could be trapped and stuck in on a spiritual level that you're not growing. You know, you just have a little spiritual power and that's it. You don't elevate to higher forms and higher levels of spirituality. This could be stuck in a bad marriage or in a marriage that you don't want. You could be stuck in a job, in the environment, in the home. This could be anywhere where you feel that you cannot do what you want to do, where you feel like you're stuck. Okay, it's an attack towards you during next year. Unforeseen forces is another form of karmic energy that comes back and attacks you. You know, and it's like, this is like being caught in some form of tsunami, or your house is part of the houses that get burnt down in California. You know, I always say that sometimes people who get caught up in nature disaster, it's not always just a coincidence. Okay, sometimes somebody can be part of it because it's the way nature is attacking them. This could go back to past lives and different things you've done. Maybe you don't care for Mother Earth, or you don't have respect for the earth. Maybe you don't recycle. Maybe you litter. Maybe you don't water your plants. Maybe you don't care about the animals. You know, things that are connected to Mother Nature, trees, the air that you breathe, the water. If you don't care that the water is contaminated, or you're wasteful, maybe you throw away a lot of food when other people could be eating food. You know, maybe you work for a company that, you know, you guys are contributing to polluting the air, and you think that it's a paycheck, so you don't care. You know, maybe you work with some scientist company and you guys are part of, you know, things or some solutions and things that you know is not good for humanity. This is how nature can attack you back, because maybe you do any of some of these things that I talked about. So you have to understand what this means and how this is coming at you here, my Aquarians. Suffering and struggling. Some of you have probably lived with suffering and struggling all your lives. Yes, everybody suffers and struggles in their life, but some people's are not the same as others. There is levels to the struggles and levels to the pain. Okay, so if you know yourself, if you feel like your life is being one struggle upon the other, then you have to understand that you are being attacked that way. That's why you don't see anything good. That's why you keep feeling like even when you're doing good things, you're still struggling. Even when you are in a good job and getting paid, you're still not happy. You feel like you're suffering. Maybe you have to drive 3 hours just to go to work every day, and you find yourself trapped in that because it pays well and you don't have a choice. That kind of stuff, okay? It's a spiritual attack. It's a negative attack on your life. So we have to understand this stuff here. Alright, Spirit, please give me some solutions here for the Aquarians. For this year and next year, what could they be doing to protect themselves, please? Alright. Okay, all right, we're gonna take these three. Spirit wants you to practice sexual abstinence, relocate as protection, and what's the other one? Oh, spiritual baths. Spiritual baths, relocate as protection, and sexual abstinence. Underneath the deck, you guys have ancestral protection. So my parents, these are some of the things that Spirit is suggesting for you to help you to protect yourself. But also, you have to develop healthy boundaries for yourself. Are you overstanding yourself? How are you protecting yourself? Okay? Understand that. Say no when you need to say no. Okay? To protect your energy. Okay? Alright. Also, the overall message here, so we can close out this reading, is these are spiritual practices that will help protect you and create a positive energy field around you. And that is when you do more creative expression. Spirit wants you to get your creative juices going. It protects your energy. It puts you in the right kind of vibration. Whether it be in painting, whatever it be photography, whether it be you going to the museums, whether you doing movies, whatever it is, it's a creative expression that when you are in this vibration, you're vibing very high and it protects you. Okay? Spirit is also saying that it will also develop your psychic abilities when you're doing creative stuff, because it pushes you to tap into your right brain a lot. Your right brain is the psychic brain, is the unconscious brain. So that is a way that can open you up to your psychic power, and that is why it is helpful. So I wanted to clarify that. Ethical values, ethical awareness. Okay, if you're doing something and you know that you're not being fair, why would you do it? This is talking about universal laws as well, and you understanding that, you know, everything has to be balanced out. Making decisions that only help you makes it selfish. Make a decision that helps the whole community, makes it a balanced one, and makes it a higher vibrational decision. So this is the type of stuff that you need to be understanding and stepping up to. Okay, if it's unethical for you to go and embezzle money from your company, then it's unethical. You should understand that. So you always have to live a balanced life where everybody and everything is being treated fairly. That is the way of the spirit. That is the way of a higher being. Alright, my Aquarians, turn on the switch. It's talking about third eye meditation constantly. It's the way that you protect yourself. It's the way that you connect with your higher self and spirit. And that is the way that you're going to protect yourself as well. So, you do what you have to do, and I'm just a messenger. Alright, so I thank you all for being here. I hope this has really helped you out in moving forward here, my Aquarians, and I will definitely see you all soon for your next spiritual ascension reading. Bye.